I recently forced myself to spend a couple of days shooting with my most capable but least enjoyable camera setup to try and answer the question, what is it about certain cameras that make them feel like a chore to shoot with? So today, I'm out with the 2S and the 18 to 50. Generally not a setup that I like to or enjoy, carrying around all day. It's a little bigger, a little bulkier, whatever. I know you guys that shoot like full frame Sonys and stuff are laughing at me right now. I'm gonna dedicate today to learning a couple of new camera techniques that I've seen other people do, try to figure out how to make it look good, push out of my comfort zone a little bit, get different kinds of footage, and we'll just see how it goes. Photographers love to debate what cameras feel soulless and empty and like a drag to work with versus, the cameras that make them feel inspired and creative. The usual punching bag is someone like Sony, and the typical hero in this story is usually somebody like Fujifilm. But the thing is, no one can ever agree on why that is exactly. What is it that makes some cameras fun to use and other cameras the opposite? Stop number one, not having the most success so far. It's a cool skyline spot. Like if you take a look here, right? It's a little hazy, light's a little harsh, only so much you can do. It's the type of day where if I'm not feeling it, I'm either gonna go have a beer or I'm gonna get on the train and try a different spot. So let's do that now. There are a lot of theories and opinions and ideas that get thrown around. One is complexity. Maybe the professional full-frame hybrid bodies are just doing too much. There's too many buttons, there's too much of a learning curve. But Fujifilm's menu system is a complete disaster. You get used to it, but they're not easy cameras to configure at first. Is it the ever-coveted film-like experience? Maybe it's the fact that Fujifilm cameras are kind of reminiscent of film cameras. I don't know, maybe that one's got some merit. I just don't think everybody's on board with it, and we'd also have to admit to ourselves that if that were true, photography technology has been on a downward trend for 40 years. Is it the size? These big full-frame cameras, these hybrid bodies, they tend to be really bulky. That's, one of the big ones for me personally. Or is it just the vibes? Is it just our preconceptions and what we associate with the different camera brands? Personally, when I think of Sony and Canon and Nikon, I think of professionals. I think of wedding photographers and sports and wildlife and action and people who are getting paid for what they do. But here's the thing, Fujifilm isn't in this fun category all by itself. There's so many other cameras that are in this conversation. There's Lumix's S9, there's the Nikon ZF, there's Ricoh's GR series, there's digicams, film cameras, point and shoots from all different manufacturers. So what is the secret ingredient that connects all of those different options that our Sony A7 whatevers, or in my instance, the Fujifilm X-H2S, just don't seem to possess? Alright, so things aren't quite going as planned, but it's the way it goes sometimes, especially when you push outside of your comfort zone a little bit. But now that it's looking like a nicer sunset than I thought we were going to get, I'm going to stay out a little bit later, go downtown, try to get some other shots that I like. After a couple of days of forcing myself to use the X-H2S in situations where I didn't absolutely need it, I really was just reminded of my main takeaway with this camera, the thing that's been in the back of my mind since I bought it over a year ago. When you're really motivated and compelled to shoot something, when you're inspired, when you're in the zone, the camera disappears. At least it does for me. I don't think about what camera I have in my hand if I'm having a great time photographing whatever's in front of me. People who know me personally and who have shot with me on photo walks or whatever can attest to this. If I'm having a great day doing street photography, you could put a potato with a viewfinder in my hand and I would probably hardly notice. So that means that the soulless camera argument doesn't really apply to the actual pressing of the shutter button, the photography experience. It's something beyond that. Really, this conversation is about everything but photography. It's about how the camera feels in your hand, how it looks on your shelf, how much it weighs when it's slung across your shoulder in a bag all day. So the real question, what this all comes down to, is does a fun camera help us get into the zone faster? Because if so, if that tool helps you get into the mindset you want to be in faster, then it really does have demonstrable value, and it's worth determining for each piece of gear that you pick up. Does it make you feel that way or does it not? Personally, I'll take a hit on autofocus performance, having a CF Express card, video features, all kinds of things to have a camera, a tool that inspires me, that helps me get into the mindset that I want to be, that helps me take great photos a little bit faster. But if the answer is no, if you get put in front of something that you really feel compelled to photograph, and it doesn't matter what the tool is, you're gonna be excited to photograph that thing anyway, then it's all in your head. Look, I'm not running the type of YouTube channel where I try to convince you that I've got answers that I just simply don't have. I know that there are certain cameras that I prefer to pick up. I know my subjective reasons for feeling that way, but what an X100V does for one person, a Sony A7 whatever might do for somebody else. At the beginning of this video, I posited the question, what is it that makes some cameras more fun to use than others? In lieu of having a proper answer to that question for myself, it's kind of like fashion. It's like trying on clothes. You don't just grab the sweater that everybody tells you is their favorite. You grab the sweater that you like best, that looks great on you and that complements the rest of your wardrobe. Gear is not nearly as important as you might think it is from the amount of YouTube videos about it, but the thing is, it does still matter to some degree, especially if it impacts your mindset, how you feel on a day out, whether or not you pick up the camera at all. Be thoughtful and honest with yourself. If you can't sit down and write out 5 or 10 reasons why this new piece of gear you want is going to materially help you with your photography or otherwise assist you with the motivation, the inspiration that you need to get out there, it's probably time to take the gear you already have off the shelf and go out and use it.